In this week's edition, Tasmanian students receive a boost for studying there, a quick look at the specialist education qualification points, the Immi app has been expanded for biometric collection, and the latest processing time updates. Hi, I'm Karl Konrad and welcome to this week's edition of Australian Immigration News. First of all, I was completely blown away this week by the incredible kind words of over 400 people who left comments after watching Sakura's farewell tribute. They were so incredibly supportive and I could respond to only a few at a time as tears would start to swell up. Thank you so much for sharing your hearts. It demonstrates the fantastic community this channel has had the privilege to gather over the last 5 years. The Tasmanian government recently received a boost to try and attract more international students to study there. Higher education graduates who have studied and resided in Hobart or a surrounding area postcode are now eligible for a second post-higher education work stream of the 485 visa, and it will come with a 2-year validity. For this second stage 485 visa, using Hobart and surrounding postcodes were only eligible for a 1-year temporary 485 visa. This change aligns Hobart with other eligible regional areas, ensuring that all higher education graduates who use Tasmania postcodes to satisfy the second 485 visa criteria may now be granted a 2-year period. A special thanks to the Migration Institute of Australia who posted this change of policy information to its members. The Immigration Department has updated its global processing times. We'll quickly go through the most common visas we deal with. We are going with the 90% of applications finalised times, for we find there is little credibility of that 50% figure anymore. For the 191 visa, the figure is 12 months, but we know there are many being granted much sooner than this recently. The 189 visa, it's 8 months, but even the 50% figure is 8 months, so how accurate this figure is dubious. 190 state-sponsored PR visa is a staggering 25 months, and the employer-sponsored 494 visa is now 13 months. The 491 visa state-sponsored stream is a staggering 25 months. The 300 fiancé visa is also 25 months. The 100 partner visa is 19 months, and the 309 temporary partner visa is a disappointing 24 months. The onshore 820 partner visa is at 19 months. The 407 occupational trainee visa is at 10 months. The 186 direct entry employer-sponsored visa is at 18 months. And the 186 transition pathway is also at 18 months. The 482 visa in the core stream is at 5 months, and the specialist stream is at 85 days, which is a far cry from the 14 days it was initially advertised to be. Applications for the old version of the 482 visa in the median stream are still pending processing, and they are taking a staggering 11 months, which undermines the work-sponsored visa system. An app on your smartphone can be used to collect your biometric data of your face and fingerprints for visa applications. For certain countries and visa applications to Australia, this biometric data collection is mandatory. This Immi app is making it easier for those in certain countries who in the past had to visit immigration offices to be scanned. This month, 10 new countries have been added to the list where the mobile phone app can be utilised. Already in use is for Fiji, Samoa, Tonga, Papua New Guinea and third country nationals in New Zealand, and the app is now also available for another 10 countries. And they are Hong Kong, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, Solomon Islands, South Africa, South Korea, Thailand, Tuvalu and Vanuatu. The department claims on their website that this system is a success story in the Pacific, with nearly 30,000 people using it since it's launched in September 2024. Well, that's great, but now they have to focus on processing visa applications and start with the 482 Skills in Demand visa, making the success story it was heralded to be.
I'm working on it.
We had an interesting consultation with a client this week who was looking to claim the 10 points for specialist qualifications in the points-based visas. The legislation simply says this: the applicant met the requirements for the award of a specialist education qualification. When you look up the meaning of this qualification, then it clarifies it with: for Schedule 6D, a person meets the requirements for the award of a specialist educational qualification if the person satisfies the minister that a. the person has met the requirements for the award by an Australian educational institution of a master's degree by research or a doctoral degree, and the degree included study for at least 2 academic years at the institution in a field of education specified in an instrument under Sub-Regulation 5B. The legislation is silent on whether the study must be completed while the student is physically present in Australia during the 2 academic years of study. There is policy advice for all of Schedule 6D points requirements, so it was time to revisit what it actually said on this issue. It is possible under certain circumstances the qualification could be completed after spending less than 2 academic years physically present in Australia. Could you still claim the 10 points then? Well, the answer turned out to be no, you cannot. The policy states, applicants are eligible for 10 points under Part 6D7A of the regulations if they meet the requirements for the award of a specialist education qualifications. Sub-regulations 2.26AC brackets 5A and brackets 5B specify the requirement a person must meet for the award of a specialist educational qualification. This requires completion of either a master's degree by research as opposed to a master's degree by coursework or a doctoral degree PhD. Additionally, the qualification must have included study of at least 2 academic years in Australia and be awarded by an Australian educational institution in a field specified in the instrument. Of course, if you tried to claim those points and they refused your visa application because you did not spend 2 academic years physically present in Australia, you may have grounds to appeal. However, if you choose a path that goes against policy, you may be in for a lengthy legal battle, so be prepared. Ultimately, we advise our clients that we do not claim points that contradict our policy, as this is our role as immigration professionals. Well, that's all for this week's edition, and again, thank you so much for your ongoing support for this channel and the community it has created. I'm finishing filming a little earlier this week on Thursday, so we can get away in Sakura's bus and enjoy the long weekend. If any big news happens on Friday, I will film it from the road to let you know. As always, take care out there, and I'll see you next time, so bye for now.